Hey there friends, it's Codiak here, welcome to Legacy Gaming. Today we're jumping back into one of our most anticipated upcoming games, Warhammer 40k Darktide, to talk about something pretty exciting. Now up until this point, the Fatshark team has been relatively close-lipped about some of the important details surrounding classes within the game. We knew about the 4 archetypes, Zealot, Veteran, Psyker, and Ogryn, but beyond that we really didn't have a sense for how the team was going to take that a step further. Now, if you played Vermintide 2, you most likely were thinking there has to be different classes for each archetype, and I think that's what most of us thought, but until recently, that hadn't been confirmed. I'm happy and slightly relieved to say that Darktide will feature classes within the game. This is huge because it really opens up a whole new world when you look at the 4 archetypes and consider how you can change them up to be unique within the game. Because Vermintide 2 was limited to a more fantasy medieval world, there was only so much the developers could do to make each class feel special. Let's be clear, they nailed it, but now in the 40k universe, the team has an entirely new world of creative freedom. At this point, we've seen a lot of the action in a number of different clips, and I urge you, if you haven't done so already, to check out our ultimate preview video for Darktide because it really breaks down a lot of the nuts and bolts about the game. Today, however, I want to focus in on some new details surrounding Darktide, the first class revealed by the team, the Zealot Preacher. Now, according to the official summary of the class, Preachers yearn for the release of death and arrival before the Golden Throne. Alas, it seems the Emperor yet has need of them in the mortal world, and so they fight on. Blows emboldened by pious rage as their life force ebbs, and fury heightened by the knowledge that each scrap of pain brings them closer to reward. Preachers care not if they live or die so long as the foe is vanquished. Their faith hardens as they suffer injury, grow weaker, empowering attacks with holy wrath and strengthening their will to fight on. Now what's cool about the Preacher is that we've actually seen this class in action a few different times. All of the footage released by the devs showing off this archetype have actually been of the Preacher class, so far as I can tell, which means we have a pretty solid understanding of how it works. It's pretty clear based on the footage and the dev's own description of the class that the Preacher is designed as one of the few melee-focused classes in the game. The class even has a few neat passive effects that the team revealed on the official website. First, the Preacher's melee damage is increased based on the player's missing health. Second, the Preacher has the ability to temporarily resist death upon taking lethal damage. Finally, the Preacher has a flat increase to melee attack speed. The class's starting loadout has also been confirmed. Preachers will start with an auto pistol and combat axe. Keep in mind that ranged combat is still a huge part of the Darktide experience and a clear pivot from the more melee-centric gameplay of Vermintide 2. But that doesn't mean melee is gone for good. In fact, I would say it's still very much a part of the fabric of Darktide. Another cool bit of information is the reveal of a coherency bonus. Coherency is basically your ability to stay with your teammates. When you're together, a few passive systems kick in, like your ability to recover more HP during and out of combat. It looks like each class will have their own coherency bonus as well. The Preacher's bonus decreases toughness damage taken. Now, toughness damage is the kind of overshield system the team is using to counteract more ranged combat. So in this case, the Preacher can take a few more hits before that overshield pops and their health pool is exposed. The final thing we need to talk about is the Preacher's class-specific active ability, which allows them to rush forward into battle, locking a particular enemy in melee combat. This can also be used to escape combat if things get a little too hot. It's clear to me that the Preacher class is designed to move seamlessly into and out of the fray as necessary. If you're a player that prefers a more aggressive in-your-face playstyle, then the Zealot Preacher is definitely a class you might want to check out. It's a good bet we'll learn a heck of a lot more about the other classes in the game before launch. In fact, this first class spotlight blog post all but guarantees we'll see at least one class revealed for each of the 4 archetypes ahead of Darktide's November 30th release date. I, for one, can't wait to see all of the class variety in the game, and you better believe Livid and I will be covering Darktide top to bottom when the time is right. So if you want more content like this in your feeds, all I ask is that you consider throwing a like on the video and consider subscribing. It's still the single best way to help channels like ours reach new audiences. I also want to let you know that our 2022 Leave a Legacy charity event is right around the corner. Set for Saturday, October 22nd. For a second year in a row, we've partnered with Connecticut Children's to help bring the joy of video games to kids at the hospital. Mark your calendars and be sure to join our charity stream as we raise money and give away thousands of dollars in free games, prizes, and much more. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.